And we're live. Hello, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am here with.
Phil!
Oh, God, it's back. So tonight we are. Well, I'm sitting and painting. I'm finishing off a commission as well as a certain big dragon. And Phil is. What are you doing?
I'm playing some Mass Effect and then we'll be painting some Gene Circle as well.
No, not Zinch.
I've got Gene Cheer, but I want to do some Gene Circle since I've spent a week doing 2K.
Fair enough.
A little bit of change of scenery. Go back to my roots.
Yeah, Phil basically painted 2,000 points of Zinch in a week. Liam, get your nipples out. No. Phil painted up 2,000 points of Zinch in a week to play a 5,000 point game of Age of Sigmar with me, Liam, and Lucy. That was fun. Yeah, that was good fun.
I mean,
so you decided to have a bit of a break from it.
I think the next thing is to do all my Blue Horrors, my Brimstones, and all my Screamers.
Yep, definitely need some horrors. And I was kind of glad that you didn't bring 27 Screamers like Wilson.
I mean, they're not as great as they are in 40K.
Yeah.
Still good. Ish. I mean, all the monsters would have been dead probably, like really quick.
Right, so if you haven't noticed, there is a steady increase of Age of Sigmar content on the channel. There is bigger things coming. We will be doing a lot more Age of Sigmar. It is getting more popular, so we will be jumping on the bandwagon. Liam has his massive Seraphon army. Phil has Nurgle and Dwarves. Zinch. And correct me if I'm wrong, but are you getting more dwarves, Bill?
Well, it's there was well, let me just start again. There was a leak this morning on Reddit, and it was saying what all the prices were for the Caradon Overlords.
Yep.
The one thing that really got me, I've just looked at it back up there because I saved it for the live stream, was one thing that got me was the fact that the big giant blimp is going to be around about 80 quid.
Yeah.
It's going to be like the size of an Imperial Knight, which I sort of get why it's 80 quid. But then again, when seeing all the images and even the list that was made in the White Dwarf, had like 3 of them, 4 maybe, like, and it was like each at 80 quid, and that's a lot. And that's 320 just for those boats, which is a huge amount of money. And then you have to go and buy all your battleline dudes and things like that. So I think I'll buy the book, see what I want to do, and if I can do it in my price range, then sure. But if not, I'll be buying a 40k army.
Yeah. On the subject of the future, Liam's corrected. They're not Seraphon, they are lizard men. Yeah, lizard men. Why, Liam? We'll wait for his comment because there will be a bit of delay on the live feed. But 40k wise, I'm going to try and finish off a couple of bits and pieces that I've got. And then I'm going to start on my Tau. However, there's a number of things that we're doing. We've currently got enough battle reports to take us into early June, so I don't need to film. We've currently got, we haven't. We're 3 short, but those 3 games will be getting played on Good Friday. Mikey, hello, mate. So yeah, those 3 games will be getting played on Friday and Saturday, hopefully. We are traveling to Warhammer World to play Dom and Tom from Black Twin Studios. Me and Phil will basically play them. I think we'll both film our games, swap opponents, and then they are going to film the games. So essentially, that's 2 games for each channel. I then have 1 more game planned, and that is it. Shout out to Green Stuff Games as well. So yeah, I've got 1 more game planned with Will, but other than that, that is all the games taking us up till the beginning of June. So I'm not looking for any more 40k games. There we go. They're lizard men because I'm from Warhammer Fantasy and Square Bases. So, as I was saying, 40k, I've got enough to tie me over until the beginning of June. So I'm not planning on filming or doing anything else with 40k.
Because it's rumored that AoS supposed to come out around then.
Yep, and of course I want to try and get the first battle report online, so I will be absolutely all over the rule engines, trying to find out what the rules are, what we're going to be doing, what they're changing, and I want to be first online with an 8th edition battle report. We've also been joined in the chat by Maka. Me and Maka are heading to, is it the Northwest Open? Is it the Northwest Open, Phil?
Yeah, NWO.
Yeah, so me and Matt are heading to the Northwest Open, the tournament that is held down at War Games in Southport. Tickets sold out in 3.5 hours. 60 tickets in 3.5 hours, Phil.
Wish I could have got one.
Yeah. I was fortunate enough that I was able to grab my own and Macca's. Macca had a bit of an emergency. He was like, dude, emergency. So I was like, right, I'll grab your ticket. Harry saved the day. So, in the meantime, I'm going to be focusing a lot on the painting. There will be a steady rate of Age of Sigmar stuff coming, like I said. But there's a few things planned for board game wise. Basically, next week, me and Tom are going to aim to film the entirety of Space Hulk in 2 bites, which of course will be dripped onto the channel in the form of Space Hulk battle reports. Me and Phil are planning a Gangs of Komara mini campaign. And me and Liam are going to be doing a Gorchosen Knockout League. So there's going to be lots of little bits and pieces ongoing, tying things over till 8th edition comes out. If we get a chance as well, or is something we are looking to do, we're kind of trying to convince Lucy to join in on the 40k fun by getting her to take part in a Armageddon campaign that we're planning. So as it stands,
Shadow War.
Armageddon, Shadow War, whatever.
Armageddon is the name of the box.
No, it's the name of the planet. It's the name of the planet.
Wow, people got.
Yeah, I should laugh at that. But yeah, true story. So that is the plan.
Just go back home to Katie and cry, right?
You what?
You can always just go back home to Katie and cry, right? I mean, Katie's still there, right?
Oh, isn't it in the wall?
It was not in the wall.
Was it actually destroyed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same as Bill Tan. Bill Tan is gone. Well, not gone. I mean, they're rebuilding it, but practically gone.
So yeah, everyone who knows me knows I'm not a reader. I can't absorb the fluff.
I love the campaign first. I think one of the best ones is probably either. It's a close tie between Curse of the Wolf and Wrath of Magnus, and then Rise of the Primarch. Not Rise of the Primarch specifically, that like trilogy.
You mean Gathering Storm?
Yeah, Gathering Storm with Bill Tan, and then Rise of the Primarch. It was a really good trilogy in my opinion, but Curse of the Wolf and the Magnus one was really good as well. The Rise of Primarch was more of, like, the third part of it was more of, hey, look, all these Primarchs are here. Which is going to be really exciting because I'm looking forward to seeing Mortarion. Yeah, Mortarion should be cool with the Death Guard coming out soon.
Yeah,
they'll probably come out straight after the Carradine Overlords, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if they bring that out before the release of the new edition, or are they going to have that as kind of the first new faction and maybe have that as part of the starter set?
Maybe.
But it also begs the question, with Zinch getting that update in January, and then of course Korn getting the update for Age of Sigmar, pretty much bring them in line with Korn Demonkin for 40k. Is Nurgle going to get an update?
I hope so.
It would be nice. It would be nice if they did.
It would be interesting. I'll have to say that.
I think they do need it because I think they're a little bit underpowered, and I think you've got the like almost perfect opportunity to do it here.
I mean, Graham's waiting for Slanesh.
Yeah, I hope they do Slanesh soon.
I think they're the ones that the demons are missing right now.
So, in other news, Phil has had a couple of games out with his Zinch. We filmed a battle report with them. I was on the side of Zinch, and even I thought they were filthy.
Oh, filthy.
They're pretty filthy with the amount of mortal wounds and stuff that you can dish out.
Yeah, but thing about, we only like a little bit worse in shooting and we fall apart in combat. It was demons. Let's make sure that's demons because I think Arcanites are better in combat than demons.
Right.
Yeah. I've not used them, and I don't think I'm going to.
Is that like the Zangors and stuff?
Yeah, it's the Zangors. Think of it as like the Zinch models.
So kind of like the Bloodbound Buffer Zinch?
Yeah.
Fair enough. So Rick Lewis, I agree, the whole narrative behind the Rising Storm was excellent, but will it all be a scrap paper if the drink codexes has been suggested online? Do you have any better intel? I've heard from some local stores that they've been advised not to order in more codexes. Beyond that, no clue. That's the only thing that I know in relation to scrapping possibly codexes. I don't think they'll scrap them after. I kind of hope they go along the way of Age of Sigmar a little bit in the form of that you can get them online if you want them, but you can still buy the books. I hope they go that route.
Yeah, I'm not too bothered. As long as Tyranids get like overpowered, I'll be fine.
Tyranids do need some love incredibly badly.
I want a new model. There was these leaks of Tyranids ages ago, and where are they? Where are they?
Well, there was leaks of the new Dark Eldar rules and stuff as well, and we haven't seen any of those. So hopefully the Dark Eldar will get.
Dark Eldar.
You love the Dark Eldar.
Yeah, all right.
That game that we had where I played Pure Covens versus your Nids was absolutely brilliant.
It was interesting.
The fact that I held me corpse thief back to try and shoot your Hive Tyrant down though.
I'm pretty sure that if it was Gene Steel Coat, you would fuck.
No, I think that is that a rematch?
What rematch? You're not faced my cult with your Dark Eldar.
Yeah, I'm saying, do you want a rematch of that list that I've
No, I want to get my Zinch out for a 4K game because I haven't done that yet.
Or
it would be pretty awesome if I got them out.
No codexes will be able to save lots of money, especially with some armies needing 6+ books to play them. Nobody needs 6 books. However, when I played Denari,
there is people who need 6 books.
You tell me an army list build that needs 6 books. So
from Rise of the Primarch, you could take the Castellan's attachment, where you could take multiple different armies in one.
Right.
On top of that, Ynnari, I'm more than sure they probably have a situation where they might need 6 books. For example, Dark Eldar, Harlequin, Eldar, and then then you'll have the the Covens, and then you have the guy. Is it the guy Bale Tan book as well?
Well, you can't technically take Coven stuff in a Ynnari's attachment.
Yeah, but you might want to put a formation alongside it.
True.
Yeah, there's situations where you probably need loads of books for one army. especially if someone goes crazy with allies in terms of like Imperium, for example.
Yeah, there is that Castellan one. So you could technically have Skitarii, Space Marine, Cult Mech, Imperial Agent, Astra, and then of course the other build.
Well, you look at that one where it's like, just go Qatari, Cult Mech, and then you've got your call thing, and you're going to add like an Inquisition into that, and maybe some Death. Like, there's ways of making it a lot of bucks, and people will do that. I think Space Wolves are ones with like a huge amount as well, because they need, like, some people play with like $4, I think it is.
Yeah,
Like
you need Space Wolf, Curse of the Wolfen, Starting to Defend this, and then I think maybe Wrath of Magnus.
Yeah, you just got those little things there. It's just a lot of things for Space Wolves to play, and it's like, oh.
Liam, you don't need Imperial Armor 11 to go with Ynnari because you can't take Corsairs or anything that is an Imperial Armor 11 in a Ynnari detachment. So there is that.
You know what would be awesome is if Tyranids got a cheeky little update.
Who?
Tyranids.
Oh yeah, totally agree.
It's a thing when Tau can do monstrous creatures better than you.
Yeah, that sucks.
Still enjoy them, just not as much as I used to.
Yeah, I think they were really, really good, kind of when 7th was still quite young. But now that obviously 7th has developed into what it is now, it's just, yeah, the way left behind. So Jacob says, as long as the 40k 8th gives us a simplification like Age of Sigmar to rebalance the whole thing, and Orcs. And Maka says 8 weeks. Well, technically, Maka, I predict it's less than 8 weeks. I reckon the 3rd of June. Some people have rumoured it as the 10th of June. So we shall see. We shall see. But one has 6 days holiday to take at work, and I have to take it by the end of July. So guess when I'm taking them, Phil?
What?
Guess when I'm taking them?
Soon?
You really weren't listening to what I just said, were you?
There's a very interesting moment happening on Mass Effect right now. I needed my attention.
So, what I said was, I've got 6 days holiday to take at work, and I have to take it by the end of July. So guess when I'm taking them?
End of July.
No, when 8th drops.
Oh, all right. Makes sense.
So that I can basically hammer the rules, hammer the game, and film stuff and learn stuff a lot. Jacob says we need Orcs. Clay Cruz says Orcs need love too. Jacob says Orcs. Orcs do need some love. Orcs need some love because I now have 25 boys and a knob. Phil. I have 25 boys and a knob.
Harry, I'm pretty sure this is PG live stream.
Right.
When you talk about you having loads of boys in it.
Okay, I have an orc knob.
All right.
If the assault works out like they put out, wait to see orcs will get a hell of a lot. 7th had the best start of intentions, but GW made Decurions and screwed all over the place. And then learn ITC. Rick Lewis, it's good to hear you have a knob. I have an orc knob.
I have no knobs.
That's because you're a girl.
Huh.
You can be like, you know Princess Liam from Busy Cast. Phil.
When can I see this chat, Harry?
You have to go onto YouTube and then go on our video.
Right, let's do that.
But remember to mute YouTube.
Yeah, I'll have an echo. It'll be funny.
It'd be like Barry Allen doing a time remnant. you see the chat yet?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Cool. Jacob, I have many knobs, many mega knobs too. Liam, Eldar definitely needs some love in here. I think not. After the filth that is Yunari, they need nothing. Oh, I am looking forward to having this commission finished. I'm not far off though. Far off at all. Anyway, Phil, what are you painting, or what are you going to be painting in a few minutes?
Goliath.
What?
A Goliath.
A Goliath?
Yeah.
Sweet. Meanwhile, I am painting a steam tank. If you can see it. When it comes in. And a Pegasus. Pegasus. So yeah, that's what I am currently painting. I have two Goliaths somewhere as well, but I need to paint them. I need to expand the ranks of the cult.
Oh, actually, I might paint the mask of Slaanesh. Oh!
Why?
Because I quite like them more.
Okay, fair enough. So, what are you doing with your 40k demons?
What do you mean?
How are you building them? What's the plan with them?
So Zinch, I've kind of gone all out on being able to do a standalone army. And then for the others, I've got a lot of Nurgles, so that they can be standalone as well. But for the likes of Slaanesh and Khorne, I'm getting one leader. So for Slaanesh, I've got the Mask. For Khorne, I've got Karanak and Scarbrand. And then get just a little bit of troops, a little bit of special, a little heavy support just for them. That if I ever want to take them, I have a bunch of them I can do that with. I think it's pretty cool.
It's quite interesting, to be honest. I think I need a blood throne because I've got 3 skull cannons, and I need 3 skull cannons and a blood throne to run 2 formations in both 40k and AoS. So I think I need a blood throne. Right, so what have we got going on in the chat? I'm getting back to 3 more from Night Lord Raptors. She is bad as Phil game-wise. So, actually, Phil Mackett is the person to talk to for chaos stuff. He knows his chaos stuff quite well. And he's saying that she's bad.
No, I think he's saying she is badass.
Oh, right.
I'm not getting a Blades of Khorne army, Jacob.
I've got Blades of Khorne.
I don't want a Blades of Khorne army.
I've had a quick flick through that book today because it only turned up today, and I'm not overly impressed with it. There's nothing really in there that gives you plus to hit modifiers for bloodletters. And when I was getting bloodletters doing mortal wounds on 3s to hit with multiple attacks, that was just insane. But getting that now is not possible. So, as much as I like the blood type points, I think I'll probably just put them as normal chaos. I don't feel like nothing really stands out as strong. Some of the battalions are good, but I don't have to take them as Khorne. I can just take them as standard chaos instance.
Here's a question, Harry. If you were to start a Chaos Space Marine army, what army would you start?
So if it was one of the legions, you mean?
Yeah.
don't know because I've never really looked into them that much. But I'm gonna cause someone a fanboy here. I'll go Night Lords.
No. No. I did not expect Night Lords, I'll be honest.
With Stephen, what's on the paint agenda tonight, Harry? Steve, I'm finishing up at Empire Commission, so I've got me steam tank and a Pegasus. When they are finished, it is on to Lucy's Star Drake. That is the painting agenda. Phil is working on some Jinx vehicle. Clay Cruz, I'm currently building up a Mono Slanesh army for Age of Sigmar. Clay, if you haven't watched it already, go and check out the battle report that I did against Graham Slanesh. Graham had some fantastic models that weren't all on show in that game. Graham is also incredibly crazy in a good way, and Phil will totally agree with this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Graham is also going to be playing the part of Slanesh in a huge battle that we're going to be filming. More narrative based, but it's going to be the forces of order versus all four gods of chaos.
Yeah.
Marcus says, what would you start Phil for CSM?
Probably well, I've already started some Alpha Legion, but I've started some Alpha Legion. I'll probably do them more later on. I'm actually quite getting passionate about Word Bearers a little bit as well.
You split army so much.
Them too, because my Alpha Legion is sort of good. I just gotta find a way to make Chosen because there's no actual models for them.
What?
Because Alpha Legion take Chosen, which is literally Stern Guard but Chaos Space Marines, as troop choices. I just need to find a way to make them and get the weapons and stuff like that, which is, yeah. But I have, but like, it's a confusion because I made my conversion for Magnus already for my Alpha Legion, and it looks great, but I need to find a way to put him in as well. So it'll be interesting. I don't know whether I'm going to continue with it until after 8th, for obvious reasons. Majority of my stuff's not going to continue till after 8th. I think the next thing now is I'm buying the Carradine Overlords book. See what I would want to make my army around, what make it like. See how much that's going to cost. If it costs loads, then I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Which is sad. Which is sad times because I've waited for these dwarfs for so long.
I know what you mean. Should we have a quick look into the corn book?
Sure.
Right, let's just grab it in 2 seconds. Oh. And I will get my trusty bottle of Lucozade. Right, so what have we got? So the command allegiance trait is the blood ties points, right? So you're given 1 point if an enemy unit or model is an enemy unit is slain or you lose a unit. So you can have 1 point. Bear in mind you can use these in both your heroes, both your own hero phase and your opponent's hero phase. So, number 1, select a Khorne hero for your army that has a command ability on their war scroll and immediately use that command ability. If this model is your general, then you can use another command ability as normal. So it's handy to basically take 2 generals and go, oh, bang, bang, there's 2 command abilities used. So it is handy. Number 2, choose reward immediately after a wizard has cast a spell anywhere on the battlefield. It is automatically unbound. Did you hear that? Phil. Okay then. Number 3, Murderlust. Select a Khorne unit from your army. That unit can either move, as if it were the movement phase, or charge as if it was the charge phase?
I've got it here, Harry.
What, you've got the entire thing, haven't you?
I joke. It's just the better one.
Okay then. Crimson Rain number 4. Roll a D3. All corn models on the battlefield immediately heal that many wounds. That is handy. That is also not the Age of Sigmar one, Phil.
Never said it was.
So, have you heard all of them blood type points so far?
Yeah. I'm just not impressed by it. Because the eighth one.
Sigmar. Yes, Mackie, she will kick my ass because I've never beaten her. Oh, now she shows up. Underdog painting, shout out. So number 5, apoplectic frenzy. Select a corn unit from your army. That unit can immediately pile in and attack as though it was the combat phase. That's all right. Number 6, brass skull meteor. Pick a single unit anywhere on the battlefield. That unit immediately suffers D3 mortal wounds. In addition, roll a dice for each unit within 8 inches of the unit that you picked. On the roll of a 4 or more, the unit being rolled for suffers a single mortal wound. So that's all right.
Yeah.
We've got some Haminators rattled off last night. It's on the Northumbrian page. If you want to check it out. I did see them, mate. They look really nice. Number 7, Relentless Fury. Until your next hero phase, each time a corn model in your army is slain in combat, you can make a piling move and then attack with the model before you remove it. Use the lowest line on the damage table on the war scroll if it is resolving its attacks. So imagine Squadbrand attacking, right? Doing all that horrible damage, then getting killed, then attacking and doing all that horrible damage again.
At the 8th blood tithe point, I want to bring up this question.
Reinforcement points, yes.
Yeah, it sucks, right?
Yeah. So it's set up a corn demon unit anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches from any enemy models. So it's fine, it's decent, but it's 9 inches away. It's basically the Sonic of the Storms that the Stormclass get, but I need reinforcement points, so it's not great. Command traits. So you've got 3 tables of command traits, okay? Kind of like the Harlequins. I don't know what's going on there. Yes, Mac, and that is why I want to get Lucy into 40k, so I can beat her. So, command traits, you've got Corn Bloodbound, Corn Demon, and Corn Mortal. The first 3 on each tree is exactly the same, and it's 4, 5, and 6 that actually change. So, 1, 2, and 3 for all 3 trees. You generate 1 additional blood type point each time your general slays an enemy hero or monster. Okay, but it's very specific and it's not easy to plot. If your general is within 12 inches of an enemy unit, but not within 3, at the end of any of your opponent's charge phases, you can immediately attempt a charge move with your general. Again, that's not bad, but it's very specific because if it's your opponent's turn, they're still going to get the swing first anyway. What's the point in it? Number 3, Slaughterborn. You can re-roll all your general's failed hit rolls when making attacks in the combat phase. That's good. That is good. The next one, Mark of the Cannibal. If your general slays, this is on the Bloodbound, so only the Bloodbound heroes can take this. If your general slays 1 or more enemy model in the combat phase, they heal 1 wound at the end of the phase. So, that's okay. But again, not great. We've also got Bloodsworn. Units from your army within 8 inches of your general can use your general's bravery characteristic in place of their own in making battle shock tests.
Now, the only problem with that one is you'll be opening your portal skulls all the time.
But not all the time, but most of the time.
So it's really, that one's really useless.
Mm-hmm. And then number 6, we've got add 1 to the attack characteristic of all melee weapons wielded by your general. So again, it's okay. It's not great. So none of them really stand out as like, yes, I really want to take that. For the demon one, 1 to 3 is still the same. But then number 4, immense power, add 1 to the damage characteristics of all weapons wielded by your general. So that's cool. You've got aspect of death. Each time an enemy unit within 8 inches of your general fails a battle shot, 1 additional model comes from the unit. That's terrible. Devastating blow. Any wound roll of 6 for attacks made by a general in close combat inflict a number of mortal wounds equal to the weapon's damage characteristic instead of being resolved normally. So basically, if you roll a 6 to wound, they count as mortal wounds instead of normal wounds. So again, there's nothing there that's really good. Like, where's plus 1 to hit against everything within 10 inches against an auto target? Where's that? Like, I understand that they're trying to go very corn heavy and focus on the fluff and stuff, but corn fight order. Where is the order? Do you know what I mean? And then mortal, you've got 100 for glory. You can reroll all the hit and wound rolls for 1 when your general is attacking a hero or monster. Berserker Lord, roll a dice each time your general suffers an unsaved or mortal wound in the combat phase. On the roll of a 5 or a 6, the wound is ignored. So it's a 5 or 6 up ward save. It's only in the combat phase.
Oh, hey guys. What's this you ask?
What?
It does everything better than Harry's corn. Yeah, you're looking forward to facing him sometime in the future, eh, Harry? Look at my guy. He's beautiful. He's majestic. I have to admit, I am really looking forward to our future big game.
Yep.
That should be real fun. Where order will die and fall before us.
So none of them command points are really that good. None of them pop out and say, yeah, I really want to take that one. So you've then got artifacts of power, right? So you've got corn mortal heroes who take artifacts. You've got banners of corn. You've got trophies of war, which bloodbound heroes can take, and then you've got a corn demon, and none of them really stand out. It's like, oh, reroll hits. Nothing's great, and I'm quite disappointed to it.
You're gonna cry, Harry.
No, I'm just not happy. So you can take for the demons, right? You can take demonic weapons, or you can take adornments, which are like the Crimson Crown, and just nothing's good. It doesn't. You've then got prayers for the priests.
Some of the battalions are good.
You what?
Some of the battalions are interesting.
The battalions probably are. The priests do get some prayers, which are kind of okay. So run flesh, right? If this prayer is successful, pick either the priest or a corn unit from your army within 16 inches, which is visible. You can add 1 to the save roll for the unit you pick to the start of your next hero phase. So it's basically Mystic Shield. There is one, which is Killing Frenzy, which does add 1 to hit rolls for the unit that you choose, but the prayers only go up on a 4+. So it's not even reliable. So we'll go past all of that and get past all that to the battalions. So Demon Legion of Khorne is a blood host of Khorne and 3 to 5 other war scroll battalions. What does it get? It gives you, if a unit is wiped out, add 1 to the attack characteristic of all melee weapons used by the Demon Legion of Khorne for the remainder of that combat phase. So that's okay, and I presume that's going to stack. But yeah, again, it's not great. You also immediately generate 1 blood type point at the start of each of your hero phases. Yeah, I'm really disappointed with the book. I'm not going to go through all of it because a lot of it's quite boring. But Council of Blood is 3 to 8 bloodthirsters, and basically you can pile in a fight with them, and then if you kill something in the hero phase when you pile in a fight, the next bloodthirster can pile in a fight, and if that kills someone, the next one can, and so forth. But there's a lot of demons, which is mainly what I looked at because I know demons better than mortal. You've then got the Allegiance, which is like essentially the killing attachments, which again there's a lot needed for them. Like you're talking massive amount of points to play these. You've got the Bloodbound War Horde, which is the mighty Lord of Khorne, the Scarblood Rat, Lord of Khorne, Juggernaut of Valkyria. You've got the Gore Chosen, 1 Bloodbound War Band, and 3 to 5 other War Scrolls. That's massive. You've got Gore Chosen, which is 1 Exalted Deathbringer and 7 units chosen from Aspiring Deathbringers, Slot Priest, Skullgorn, the Bloodstoker, and Blood Separator. Gore Chosen are unquestionable paragons of violence. Picked versus Ferocity and Might, add 1 to the attack characteristic of all of their melee weapons. That's decent. And if a draw chosen model is within 12 inches of at least 2 other models from the draw chosen battalion, add 1 to its hit rolls. So again, that's canny. Dark Priest, 1 Slaughter Priest, 1 Bloodstoker, and 3 to 6 units Blood Reavers. Add 1 to the attack characteristic of any melee weapon used by you from this battalion whenever it is selected to attack. Or as long as the Slaughter Priest is alive. The Bloodstoker drives the warriors of the Dark Priest ever onwards in its barbs of its lash. Units within this battalion within 12 do not need to take battle shot. So you just don't take battle shots simply for being within 12. It's worth noting as well, Phil, the Reapers actually went up by 10 points. But now have a 6+ save.
So they have a save this time?
They have a save this time.
Did anything else change?
Korgorats went up 20 points, and they each do 2 damage now.
Is that it? Is that all that changed?
That's all the change.
Oh, all right.
And then, of course, we've got the extra battalions and stuff, which, like I said, I'm a little bit disappointed in it, to be honest. I'm just looking at the actual details of it now. Blood Crushers, Blood Cannons, Blood Throne, Mighty Lord of Khorne, Blood Separator, Scarblood Rat, Valkyria, Lord of Khorne, and Juggernaut.
Like I said, I think that Bloodthirster one's going to be good.
What?
I think the Bloodthirster one will be good.
Yeah, I need to do that because at some point very soon I'm going to have 5 Bloodthirsters. Because it doesn't say you can or can't use Scarbrand, but the picture has Scarbrand in it.
Yeah, so why wouldn't it be? Yeah.
I'm wondering if he has Bloodthirster keyword, then where is it at? Yeah, he has Bloodthirster keyword, so you can take him.
Yay.
Also, I've got another question as well. Wrathmongers or Skull Reapers, because I've got 5 of them.
I don't know what they are.
Right, before we go on to that though, Mikey's just said, I hope they flesh out Clan Eshin stuff if they do Skaven soon. Sigma has a severe lack of ninjas. Do you know what? Lucy played a test game against Michael, who's got the Orcs on the channel, with his Skaven, and some of them were pretty nasty. And it was Michael's first ever game, and obviously it took him a couple of turns to get into it, but yeah, it turned out pretty nasty. So, let's have a look at these 2 units then and see what you guys, and of course Phil, think. So, Skull Reapers, okay? 3 wounds each, movement 5, bravery 7, 4+ save, okay? Unit of Skull Reapers has 5 or more models. Some units of Skull Reapers are armed with ghostly blades. Others show common favour by wielding demon blades. 1 in every 5 models may instead be armed with a spine cleaver or a soul tearer. The leader can make an additional attack. The icon bearer adds 1 to the bravery of all of its models. So, abilities, Pile of Skulls. Keep a running total of the number of enemy models slain by this unit's attacks. If the running total is greater than the number of models in this unit, you can re-roll failed to hit rolls for this unit. If the running total is at least double the number of models in this unit, you can re-roll failed to wound rolls as well. So once you kill 5, you re-roll in hits. Once you kill 10, you re-roll in wounds. Demon Forged Weapons. When a model attacks with a Demon Blade or Soul Tearer, and the to-hit roll is a 6 or higher, the demon bound inside the blade awakens. The target suffers a mortal wound in addition to any damage. If the wound roll is a 1, the attacking unit suffers a mortal wound instead. So you've got to roll 6 to do the mortal wound. Then if you roll the 1, they take the mortal wound instead of the attacked unit.
Are these Skull Reapers, yeah?
No, what?
Is it Skull Reapers and Wrathmongers?
Yes, it is.
I think the Wrathmongers are better. Like, especially in your army. For example, the Crimson Hares. All models, friends and foe, within 3 inches of a Wrathmonger in combat phase are overcome with a murder frenzy and make 1 more attack with each of their melee weapons. Keep it out of range of the enemy, but keep it in range of your bloodletters, and they all get extra attack.
That is true.
Model or all models, yeah. So it's not unit, it's models. But keep it out of the way of the enemy, even in the way of yours, and there's 5 of them. So you could very well just have them all at the back of like a big bloodletter unit. You give them all the extra attacks, get them that mortal wounds in there, and then the enemy gets hurt if they die. If they charge, you get +1 to hit. All right, and sort of charging, they get 3 wounds each. And the Wrathmongers are pretty good there. The Skull Reapers are very complicated because there's so much you can do.
Now you just got to watch for your 6s and then.
They're very much something they on their own, rather than the Wrathmongers, which boosts your army. So I would definitely say Wrathmongers over them. The Skull Reapers look cool, like the guy with the claw looks cool, but the Wrathmongers, I think, will be more valuable. And then I was just looking there. Have you got a Valkyria the Bloody?
I do.
Oh, she looks cool, eh?
Yeah, it seems canny. I need to look at the Bloodbound stuff, to be honest, because it's not something I've really looked into much. Because I've been more into my demons. but I definitely feel it is something I need to look into and possibly look to build just a mortal army.
And you got all these like characters like Skull Grinder,
Got them all.
Blood Wrath, Exalted Deathbringer.
Yeah, got them.
You know, all these guys, which looks cool and mint stuff like that. And then you want a Chaos War Shrine, Aaron.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the Slave of Darkness thing, but you can give it any like Core, Nurgle, Sinesh, or Zinch keyword.
All right.
And basically, if it's got, and then you can ring. What's that? Let me roll this. Roll dice each time a mortal from your army suffers a wound or a mortal wound, whilst within range of the War Shrine's protection of the Dark Gods, which is 9 inches at its maximum. And if you roll a 6, that attack has been turned aside, and basically it's like a 6 of film or pin.
Right.
On any wound suffered. So even mortal wounds, it specifically says mortal wounds as well, which can help a lot. But then you got.
I'm
Then you got
disappointed I haven't put the Demon Prince of Thorn in there. Like, why? They could have just put that in.
Then you've got this the Pharaoh Ruinous Powers, which you roll on you pick a mortal unit within 16 inches, and you roll on a 3 or more. On a 3 or more is prayers answered, and you pick one of these prayers, and there's so many different prayers you can pick from. Like Pharaoh Corn, for example, you reroll it rolls a 1. But if it's a mortal Corn unit, you reroll all failed hit rolls. You know, you can. There's the Zinch one. Reroll savings of 1. You can think of roll save rolls. Nurgle's wound rolls. Slash is battle shock rolls. And then you've got the standard one, which is reroll hit rolls of 1. Wound rolls of 1. It's just a good booster to your army, but it's only mortal stuff. If you're looking at, so if you go to your mortal stuff, I think some of the only things you'll use as of right now is like the Mighty Lord of Corn. That will get into combat, for example. Or even putting that save roll thing onto your Wrathmongers, for example. Keep them alive longer. Even the Blood Crushers or your Kurgaras, because they're mortal. It's just the Chaos War Shrine is a very nice buffer.
Yeah.
And
the mortal stuff isn't
for example, Chaos Chosen. They can be going to corn as well, and I went up against Graham's Chosen, and 10 of them Grotkin by themselves, because they each get 3 attacks, 3 plus the hit, 3 plus the wound, -1 when rend with 1 damage, but the amount of attacks you got there. And if it's,
but then I look at that and it's just like, well, right, I would rather take Bloodletters, do mortal wounds on force.
Well, what I'm saying is what Graham does with his Chaos Chosen, he puts them on the objective right at the back. A really hard unit to get through.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's more of a, I would say, he uses it as a defensive unit. And in your army of non-defensive army, could come in handy.
Mighty's heading off, no worries, Mighty, see you later. And Matt is saying the people have started selling 40k stuff already. And Belkia is the corn model. In relation to people jumping ship, there is a couple of, I wouldn't mind getting a couple of extra Space Marine tanks if I can grab some whilst they're kind of cheap. That would be very, very handy. And maybe 1 or 2 more Chaos things I could do with a Mauler Fiend, to be honest. But beyond that, there's not really anything that I want on me. I want to try and hang fire. Anyway, let's talk Armageddon, Phil.
What about it?
Well, I've got 2 boxes here next to me.
Right.
And I think we should totally do a campaign.
Okay.
But I really, really want to build this scene, so I've also got so much else to do.
Where are you going with this, Harry?
Nothing, I'm just saying.
Alright. Want to do a campaign?
Yeah.
With how many players?
Well, I know we briefly discussed it, but ideally, me, you, Phil, and you are Phil. Me, you, Liam, and Lucy.
All right, yeah.
But I feel like I really need to sit down and like spend 2 or 3 days painting all this scenery that I've got now.
Yeah, I can see it looks amazing.
Yeah, I've seen it in there, but I went and bought a boat the day to order some of the new one, and it looks class. I just need to actually build this one. Bear in mind, I've already got quite a lot of industrial terrain anyway. I've got 2 or 3 bits of MDF industrial type terrain that I need to build as well. So, yeah. Was that you belching?
What? No, it came from me. Probably Jacob. I just painted the steel coat. Painted up my second furnace. I want to try and do a brute cycle with a max.
Does anyone know how a librarian dreadnought handles perils? Yeah. If you, I believe it says suffers a wound or full point, it just counts as a glance, Steve.
There was an interesting list that Craig put up today on.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. So
There's an interesting.
Skype is powerful.
I don't think
it's pointless, and it was interesting. Do you want to talk through what was in it, Phil?
So the Skyhammer part was very unique. I've never seen it done before. It was very wise. Basically, he's bringing 2 10-man squads of Devastators with 2 Grav and 2 Melters in each, and then combat squad at them. So he's essentially got 4 Dev squads from the Skyhammer, which when I think about it now is obvious when you think about you can combat squad. Just I haven't seen anyone do it, mainly because I think it's probably just too over the top. But because he put so many points on that, he only put on his 2 assault marines just melter bombs and jump packs, which I thought was not a wise idea. But they need to be upgraded a little bit, even if it's just a flamer. But I guess melter bombs could just really let them deal with vehicles if they really were going for that.
The thing is, as well, the amount of attacks and hammer of rats that they get, I kind of understand why he hasn't put much on them.
And then he's took a Space Marine card.
Min-max.
With scouts in. With scouts in, with snipers and camel cloaks. To sit on objectives at the back and get hopefully a 2-up cover save because of their cover shenanigans. And then he's bringing 2 Thunderfire cannons to deal with hordes. He's bringing, I think it was Gulliman to boost them all. I think he was bringing them as Ultramarines, so that Gulliman can boost them like a lot, which I guess is good. But Gulliman is a Primarch, so I understand he's going to probably take one hell of a ton of damage, which is only safe to assume, I'm guessing.
One second, so, Steve, in answer to your question, it's not in the codex, mate. It's actually in the rule book. We'll let Bill continue talking about that whilst I actually find the rules for you.
Yeah, and I can't remember what else he took in it.
Grab Sense.
Yeah, and Grab Centurions with the Librarian. The Librarian's picking Primera Psychers, so he's picking Psychic Shriek. And then I think he was picking Subvert Machine from Technomancy as well. Which is good, because then he's got guaranteed those psychic powers, because they're Primaris. Which allows him to stick to a plan rather than hoping it for a plan. But when I look at there's so many ways I can see it being beaten by so many different armies.
One second, Phil. So Steve, it actually just says on the perils table, so you need to turn the volume down on your PC. It's feeding back. When you read the perils table, Steve, it actually says, for example, number 4, psychic backlash. The psyker suffers 1 wound or glancing hit with no saves of any kind allowed. It's page 200 of the rulebook. In relation to leadership, let me just look up psychic pilot. I think it's under page 170. In fact, I'm sure the librarian's leadership 10 anyway, isn't he?
I don't think they get given leaderships. I think it's like a
Because he's a walker.
leadership 10 for psychic powers.
It is, but it's where is it?
I don't know.
The model with the special rule is a psyker. The rule is typically presented with a mastery level. Where's the rule for walkers then of leadership? Let's have a look. Leadership. Tests page 100. I will find this for you, Steve, because I know it is definitely there. Did I say page 100, Phil?
You didn't say anything.
Leadership. Leadership tests, page 100. That's characters. Page 13. Don't know where it is, wait there.
Check psychic.
It's not on the site, it's just leadership of a vehicle or a walker. It's definitely there somewhere.
Check actual, check psychic.
It's not under psychic though.
If you check.
What check what though?
Check all like the psychic phase and stuff.
But it's nothing to do with the psychic phase.
Well, because they have to use the leadership during the peril, so check psychic phase.
Yeah, but you use a leadership test, therefore you have to go for a characteristic test, which is the bit that I'm reading.
Yeah, but when would you use a leadership check on a vehicle? Only in the psychic phase, so I would check the psychic phase.
Uh, 22 and 24. No, it just talks about the powers. I looked up psychic pilot, but could it be page 8? No, it's not there. There's no rulebook there. Phil.
What?
Have you got a rulebook there?
No. I had one. I'm pretty sure I could find it straight away.
I've looked at the psychic cover, it's not there. Could it be under Walkers? It's on page 170, has leadership 10. There's page 170. Oh yeah, it's under psychic pilot. I'm done.
Yeah. Did you check psychic pilot?
I did.
Nearly, you didn't check it enough.
Yeah, clearly I didn't.
Alright. Back to painting some more Gene Circle.
What are you working on?
4 Arborants.
Four more Arborants?
Yeah.
Why haven't they released Arborant models yet, other than what's in Overkill?
Why would you buy Overkill if they released Arborants then? Because you get Artemis in the Star Collecting Deathwatch set now. Which is arguably better than the Overkill box, because you're getting Artemis, 2 5-man teams, and a Dreadnought. So the only reason to buy Overkill is to get the Arborants. And if they release that, then why would anyone buy Overkill if not just to buy the board game?
That is true. Oh.
Plus, it is a great steal to get as a good start on your Gene Circle anyway.
Lucy's just asked how Star Drake was coming. I haven't touched them yet, Lou, because I'm finishing off some of Sean's models. But the faster I get Sean's models done, the sooner I can work on Star Drake. So, how much of your Gene Stealer cult have you actually got painted, Phil?
Don't know.
I definitely need to paint more of mine. I really enjoy using them. I used them a couple of weeks ago against Bryn at Battle Bunker, so that battle report will be going up soon. And I really, really enjoyed using them actually. So much so that it's like I want more.
I think because I've got a list I want to make, I just don't have enough units for it. I need to go out and buy some more units. Mainly just like Acolytes and Metamorphs and that. I need to go out and buy. But there's like another list I want to make where I basically managed to cram in as many Goliaths as I can that I want to make.
I do love the Gene Stealer cult. I'm just £25 for like 50 points worth of guys.
I understand that. I mean, the only problem I have is that it's the time in terms of playing. Because they do so much with the deployment phase, the beginning few turns take forever. And then when you get into later turns, the later turns go really quickly because you're losing a lot.
And I think we definitely felt that at the tournament, because a lot of the time we only got through like 3
I felt like we were really unlucky at the tournament because we went up against 3 armies that were all doing like flamer stuff.
Yeah. Very, very unlucky.
We figured out a way how to deal with flamers. Really, our vehicles dealt with them quite well. We knew how to deal with flamers very well, and it would have been a lot different. I thought our worst thing would be flyers, but no one brought them to the tournament, really. It was extremely interesting. Which means next time I go, I'm going to bring a flying circus for tuners.
Do it.
I was going to bring anti-air, then I am.
It would have been interesting if we ran like a dual Leviathan with like 6 Flyrants.
And then loads of Hive Crones and Harpies.
Yeah. That would have been very interesting. I think if there's another doubles tournament, though, we should absolutely spam Flyrants.
Sure. I think if I was going to do a list where I would optimize it, it would be Subterranean Uprising and then Florence.
Yeah.
Loads of Tyranid stuff, but all the Grib leads in that. Like Monstrous Creature Tyranid army with Grib lead Gene Circle army. That's what I would want to run.
I really want to play my Tyranids again. It's been so long since they've even seen the light of day.
I want to get something new for my Nids, but there's nothing new that I want to get.
Nope. I want to build some mucilids, but I want to use some actual seashells.
Mm.
But my green stuff skills are awful, so I can't even make tentacles with green stuff.
I want to get my demons out for 40k.
You are?
I want to get my demons out for 40k.
Yeah, man. See what you get done, and we'll maybe have a farewell battle report.
Farewell.
Farewell 7th edition.
Right at the end of the video, you should totally do credits. Like, thank you to Magnus, who brought one of the biggest campaigns of all time. Thank you to Gulliman for bringing back the Imperium in a pretty pathetic way. Thank you, Jacob, for being a heretical bitch.
Mac has actually just said.
Yeah, I went there, Jacob. I went there.
Phil.
What?
Mac has just said there he never sees many flyers at tournaments. He sees a lot of flying monstrous creatures. How many Crimson Deaths could we take?
What do you mean? Could we take?
Well, I'd go with you, obviously.
What do you mean? What?
How many Crimson Deaths could we take?
You mean you?
Yeah, but with you.
With me? All right, so it's basically just you plus 0. Like. Depends how many crimson things you have, or whatever they're called.
I've got one.
Yeah, so we can take none. Better chance of doing the fire. The fire ones are arguably better as well.
Why?
Why?
Yep.
Fire put out more shots than them. Gives them a versatility. Give them the haywire flamer, so they can touch all armor. And then, of course, hopefully they'll get the 6 on their psychic to get them the lance one as well.
True.
I definitely think an army of Florence can deal with next to anything with the right amount of coordination. The only thing they can't deal with is scoring objectives. Because they're in the air, obviously.
Which you take Morlocks for?
Yeah. The only problem with Morlocks is you get 2 Morlocks per flyer, essentially. Near enough. And they have demonic instability, but they're only good for that one appearance into the game, because they're not that amazing in combat, and once they're in the combat they can't burrow.
No, but they have hit and run.
They have hit and run, yeah.
Oh. I'm so close to being finished, but I'm so fed up with them now.
I mean, I just want to kill a Primarch. Hashtag Jacob Prinkers.
Oh, my PVA.
Think of a Mac Curse couldn't beat Fate Weaver.
What, 40k Fate Weaver?
What other Fate Weaver are you expecting, Harry? Curse isn't Age of Sigma.
He could be.
He's not.
He is Sigma.
He's not.
He is, though.
He's not.
But he is, though.
No.
But he is, though.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, another question. Luke Cage, what did you think?
Yeah.
Don't entirely ruin it because I haven't seen all of it yet.
I mean, it was good. It's always better than Jessica Jones.
It was better.
I thought the villain wasn't better. The villain was pretty bad. But
I thought David Tennant was fantastic in Jessica Jones. Like,
I mean like the villain in terms of Luke Cage. Or villains, even. I thought all them villains in Luke Cage were pretty bad. But him as a hero and him as all the other people that's in it were way better than Jessica Jones was.
yeah.
But I think obviously I do like the action in Iron Fist, but I do think that's the worst.
I haven't seen Iron Fist yet. I do need to watch it.
I'm looking forward to The Punisher. That's coming out this year.
And so is The Defenders.
Yeah. I mean, I'll release this like teaser clip with them in the lift or something like that.
I've seen the picture of that. That looks pretty cool.
There's a little clip that was in there. It's pretty interesting.
So Joe Gunner says, "Hey guys, I'm thinking about coming back to Warhammer 40,000. Do you have any ideas when the new Space Wolf Blood Angel Codex will be released?" Unfortunately, not.
If any, Blood Angels will come before Space Wolves.
Yes, Blood Angels got a supplement in October, as Lucy rightly points out. Space Wolves got... Was anything for them in Wrath of Magnus?
I don't think there was. I think it was just Demons and Thousand Suns. There might have been.
The thing is, the Space Wolves got such a massive update then that I don't think they'll get anything anytime soon, to be honest. But I would severely hold off.
There was a new fluff book out. I don't know whether it's been out or whether it's coming out, where it's about the return to Baal. And this time there's no Cadians, there's no Sisters, and there's no Necrons to help them. So, I mean, that could lead into maybe a campaign, hopefully, but we'll have to see.
As far as which army to get into, though, Joe, I would say pick the one that you like the look of, because the rules for all of them are going to get turned upside down in 8 weeks' time. So don't buy any books, buy models, build and paint what you like the look of. Read the background story, find out which one you prefer, which one you lean toward.
Yeah, that's really helpful. When Harry's painting Scarbrand the other night, I was just loving the model, loving the paint scheme for it, and then I read the fluff and I just loved it more, and that's what decided me getting Scarbrand.
I loved painting Scarbrand. It was so much fun, and I really, really enjoyed painting it.
And then both Sigma and 40k has amazing rules, which is just a happy accident. Sigma has really cool rules, though.
Joe says that Space Wolves look really hard to paint. What I would recommend, okay, is have a look for a YouTube channel called The Apathetic Fish. It'll take you through step by step how to paint the Space Wolves, and you can do it as complicated or as easy as you like. Depending on your painting skill, it might be just a case of a couple of base colors, a couple of washes, and a little bit of a dry brush. Obviously, if you want to go even further than that, you can go to the point where you're building like 3 and 4 shades.
There's literally a paint right here, literally a paint, Fenrisian Grey, and that's practically just your base color. Like you paint all in that color, and that's where you can start with. And then you can start picking out the details from then, and do some washes on them and things like that.
Yeah, see, you've just got to work through your colours. Like for me, when I do my Blood Angels, I start with Mephiston Red, I wash Caribou Crimson, and I then highlight up using Wild Rider Red, Evil Sun Scarlet, and then Wild Rider Red. And I'll layer it up that way. But like, depending on your painting skill, you don't even have to go that far. You could just do a Fenrisian Grey, wash it with Nuln Oil or something similar, and then dry brush, and you can call that done. and it still looks great on the battlefield. When even just finishing models to that standard, it looks great. And in relation to the fur, you could literally paint it brown. Whoa! What's Lucy saying? Cheese. And we've got Craig from Kiblams. Please go and check out Craig's channel. Craig, your video where you made a dice rolling tray out of a picture frame, we used it the other night when we played our 5K game on an 8x4.
You betrayed us.
We named it Lucky. And it was not lucky for COD. Was it, Phil?
It was alright. It was alright for me.
It was alright for me. Yeah. Rob Phillipson says, I'm trying to get my local Skylands painted up by the end of the month for my local painting GW comp. Good luck, mate. I hope that goes well. I am almost finished the Pegasus. I say almost finished the Pegasus. I've got a couple of washes to do on it and then some highlights. But the steam tank is nearly done. It's not far off being done. I need to add some brass to it, I feel. I kind of almost want to stiggle these off Sean when they're done and say, right, well, I wish Sean would play it just as well.
Nah, I'm alright.
What, so that he doesn't beat us?
No, just I'm alright. I'm alright where I am. Except I want more horse. Far over the misty mountains cold. Go down deep and cabins old.
Lucy Phil.
Down. What?
Lucy says Scarbrand is cheese.
Why is it cheese?
Because Lucy says so. Scarbrand is not cheese. He was lovely and friendly and just wanted to give the Stormcast and the Lizard people a hug. Oh. I really wish, right, it wasn't 20 past 10 and it could just turn back time to 20 past 7. So
I
that I
have
could
to go on that note. I just had a phone call.
You're gonna have to go.
Yeah, I just had a phone call.
No worries, dude. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. Look after yourself, and I shall definitely see you on Friday morning, bright and early, at 10 to 7.
Okay. Toodles.
Bye-bye. So now that he's gone, I am left muttering to myself like an utter fool because I've got nobody to converse with other than you guys in the chat. And because of the delay, that sucks. You won cheesy, try fighting 2 up, feel no pain, bikers. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I'm guessing that's Iron Hands. And I did play that when I was fighting Winters. Yeah, it's horrible. It's not nice at all. At least it wasn't 2 up rerollable Jink with Ravenwing. Lucy also likes Ravenwing. Is it a surprise that she likes the filthy armies? And then she has the nerve to call Scarbrand cheese. I can smell the end. The end is nigh. Yeah, Scarbrand was awesome, and I can't wait to use him again. That one skink did love him, mind. The one skink that Scarbrand's Raw failed to do anything to in the entire game. And this one little skink was left over, and Scarbrand basically ran up to them and just went, "Rah!" and the skink died. Scarbrand's Raw was so pathetic that the lonely skink died. Let's have a look. Lucy, good. All the better for Dirthu to kick his ass. Let's have a look. Clear Cruise. 2 turns of shooting and I dropped 2 guys before my army got wiped. I'm guessing it was grab, bike, spam, and a command squad with an apothecary with a captain attached with the Shield Eternal. Wargamer, hello. How on earth are you? Oh, we need to finish this up, people. We're not far off. We are not far off at all. Lucy was probably fighting Iron Hand Space Marines, but what army he was playing against, I don't know. But in that situation, clear, there is 2 things that get rid of Feel No Pain. Force and D. When I play the Dark Eldar, and actually Craig Kablams will back this up, a Corpse Thief Claw, for example, is nigh on impossible to take out because you can give it a 4 Feel No Pain reroll on 1s. What you want to do, or what I am always terrified of when I'm taking Corpse Thief, is D and Force. Those 2 are the most horrific things and will just absolutely annihilate it. Anything with the instant death special rule will instantly just take out anything with Feel No Pain. No questions asked. Gone. So you want rid of them, that is the way that I would go. Definitely. So I nearly picked up Star Wars Rogue One today in HMV. HMV have got an offer at the moment where the new Blu-rays are 2 for £25, £15 each, 2 for £25. So Fantastic Beasts came out 2 weeks ago, so I was like, all right, cool. I'll wait another couple of weeks because I know Star Wars will be out shortly after. Went in HMV to pick them up today, and they've only got Rogue One as $15.99, which means not in the offer, which sucked. So I'm proud that my girlfriend loves Star Wars and hates the first 3. When I say the first 3, I mean episode 1 to 3, not 4, 5, and 6. It's not my fault all the amazing looking armies are the best. But Dark Angels are heretics and they look crap. What's wrong with Blood Angels and Space Vampires? They look cool. Right? Yeah? That was my tower. Wow! And when I got a free beer out of the match, but that was a high point. I'm not a Tau expert, so I can't say what to use to take them out. So you don't have Force, and you're very, very limited to your Strength D. Blood Angels are for the edgy loyalists. I'm not edgy, Jacob. If anyone's edgy, it's you. I honestly don't know how you would deal with that with Tau. Something that ignores cover for a start with AP3. I think breaches have AP3 or some AP3 guns. So maybe take those and then use Markalites to strip the cover so that you're basically dropping them to the Feel No Pain only. Take away 2 out of the 3 saves. I mean, I don't know if that Wargamer players enough against Tau. The problem is there's no Tau players hardly in the area. But that would be my thing, is go for high AP and strip cover. That way you're dropping them to just the feel no pain. It's one save then out of 3. Beyond that, I really don't know what other advice to offer. Ace Face, evening, my man. I am all booked up for the Northwest Open, and we shall meet on the Friday eve and do battle and find out who is the biggest man, which will be me, of course. I'm just pleased that I've nearly got this commission done so that I can start and work on not Lucy's Star Drake. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to finish off a Star Drake for her ready for this weekend. We're heading down to Warhammer World. Me and Phil are fighting against Blacktoad Studios, which is going to be exciting. Probably the only opportunity we'll get to meet Dom and Tom, because we live at opposite ends of the country, a good 6-7 hours drive apart. So we're both looking forward to that. And then, of course, I believe Dom and Tom are appearing on Warhammer TV afterwards, I believe. So that's going to be a brilliant day out. Lucy will be coming down with us. Phil will be coming. Steve Dunn, have you used the Chapter Ancients before? Was thinking about getting the box set. Is it worth it? The box set is good value for money. The formation, it's okay. It's not great. But the only time I used it was against orcs. Fighting twice isn't necessarily great when you're fighting in against a horde of orcs. It's okay, but really, it's very situational and it's very expensive because you're looking at, what, 450, 500 points with upgrades. So it's not cheap. It's fluffy, and I love Dreadnoughts as much as the next guy. I just don't feel it does enough. So, I mean, by all means, if you want to go for fun games, Steve, definitely take it. Actually, Ace, if you're still watching, Clay Cruz is after some Tau advice on how to deal with an Iron Hands biker list with a 2-up feel no pain. I'm not a Tau player, and I suggested marker lights and any AP3 weaponry to strip 2 cover saves, to strip 2 of the 3 saves. But you're the Tau guy. Of course, Ace winning No Retreat 4 with his filthy Tau list. It was filthy. It was filth. But Lucy, if you're still watching, he did take 2 Yavaras, which are very nice Forge World Tau suits. Oh, Steam Tank is nearly done. Pegasus is not far off. That Wargamer, though, I wouldn't want to be known as the Tau guy. Don't take a list as filthy as Aces then. If you want to see, actually, that's a really good point. Go and watch a battle report we filmed with Winters, because Winters took an Iron Hand bike list against Ace at No Retreat. They were both very drunk when it was filmed, but go and watch it, and it should hopefully help a little bit. But like I said, I don't play Tau enough to be able to warrant being able to give you advice. Jacob, you've just finished 1 trim on a Raptor. How many Raptors has that done now in the last 18 months? 1? 2? I really want you to get more of your Night Lords painted up soon, Jacob, because that game that we had of Dark Allah versus Night Lords, that was brilliant. And I need another one. after I have finished this commission and Lucy's Star Drake, I have a couple of Chosen characters to work on. Wargamer Online. Hello guys. I have tuned into your channel very recently and I have loved some of the content that you guys have put up. So to see you actually join in this chat, it's a privilege. So thank you very much for joining us. You've missed Phil. Phil's already been and gone, unfortunately, and he's left me to myself. So I'm currently finishing off some Empire Knights and the Steam Tank, which is nearly done. And I've got Pegasus. Oh, a couple of faces to do. And then I'll be moving on to Star Drake. See how much of Star Drake I can get done this evening. I'm planning on having a late one. It's 10:30. It's not that late. Let's have a look. Wargames Online Cheeseman, just checking in on some hobby action. Yeah, mate, I'm just finishing off, like I said, this commission. Do the Star Drake, and then I've got the Chosen characters to paint up, as I will be running a Chosen Knockout League with Liam. Liam's played a few games of it. I've never played it yet, but that's something to look forward to. Steve Dunn was on the fence about the box set or just getting a single Libby. Storm Surge with the Pulse Driver and Large Blast will insta-kill if he has Marker Light support to ignore cover, but it's expensive. Yes, it is. But like I said, Ace is definitely the Tau guy. Check out the battle report that he put up with Winters. That's definitely the way to at least learn how to deal with bikes, because it was basically bikes versus monsters. So definitely go and check that out. So Wargamer, on to some more Deathwatch. I have Deathwatch and I need to paint it. I want to paint it, but I've been so sidetracked recently, and as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm kind of winding down for 40k at the moment. I've got 3 more games planned, and I've got enough games then already filmed to tie me up till June. So I will be doing that whilst playing the board games. Wargame Online Chosen are beautiful models. Phil bought me the set, but haven't got round to starting them yet. I got the set myself, and I've got quite a lot of Corn Bloodbound, so I'm looking forward to filming that. I've only got 2 of the 8 models painted, but yeah, I'm going to try and paint them up over the next week or 2. So hopefully in about 3 weeks' time, you should start and see the knockout tournament. Me and Liam will probably film it in one night, but obviously release the videos maybe 1 or 2 a week. Whilst other people are here, actually, I'll mention it again. Me and Tom are going to try and film Space Hulk over the course of about 3 or 4 days. And me and Phil are looking to do a Gangs of Comera mini campaign, because I played it, I loved it. Lucy wasn't so fussed on it, so Phil basically jumped on the bandwagon and he was like, yep, I'm going to do that. So we're probably going to do Harlequins versus probably Reaver jet bikes. I do prefer the rules for the Hellions, but I've only got 7 of them painted up, so we'll have to see what comes of that. I'm pleased actually that I don't have any college this week. I'm so pleased it's end of term. Obviously going to work at 8 or 4:30, and then going to college 5 till 9 on a Wednesday night, right in the middle of the week. It's an absolute killer. But another couple of years, when I've done my next 2 years, it'll be worth it. Think positive, think big, think of the long term. Gangs never really kicked off in my area. It's a very niche thing. I mean, I love it because I love Dark Eldar. And Phil loves the lore of the Dark Eldar. And the fact that I've got essentially 3 gangs already painted, ready to go, means me and Phil can literally just pick it up and play it. So I am really looking forward to playing that, actually. Oh, it was a bit of a toss-up tonight. It was a case of, do I sit and hammer through Luke Cage whilst painting, or did I do a live stream? And I thought, you know what? I don't want to sit in essential silence and not talk to anybody. So let's do the live stream. Let's have a look. It was a great saving on the models. Wasn't too fussed about playing it though. Yeah, again, totally agree. For 40 quid, I think it was, and bearing in mind getting buy online with quite substantial discounts. Getting 6 Reaver jet bikes and 10 Hellions for the money was absolutely worth it. And to be honest, kind of wish I'd picked another one up, because that gives me 12. I've got 18 Reavers now. So yeah, I do kind of wish I picked another one up, but you know, I've got so many other models to be getting on with. I'm just pleased that these are nearly done. I can see the light. And it's beautiful. If there was anything, I'd give kudos to GW for great value on the games. You know what? I totally agree. The last sort of 9 months, games have been phenomenal. Obviously, bringing back Blood Bowl. Now, I've played a couple of games of Blood Bowl, and I do like it. Because it's so much time and effort to put into a league. I don't have that. I can't commit to that. Enough running the channel, painting the armies myself, going to college, working a full-time job, and then obviously I've got, you know, I spend time with Lucy, and it's hard to balance everything, and it's just too much. I couldn't commit to a league, and I would love to play one, and I just find that if you just throw your team together and play random games, it's not. People want to be want to see more involvement than just that. But it's hard to give more involvement than just that in my situation. But I totally agree. The board games that they've brought out. I mean, I haven't picked all of them up, but behind me I've got Space Hulk, Gangs of Comorra, Overkill, Gore Chosen, Blood Bowl, and then I'm just getting 2 Shadow Armageddons. Don't think I missed Lost Patrol. I might see if I can pick the rules now for that online, actually, because I've got all the models. So it's nothing that I would need to necessarily do to get into. Yeah, I might see if I can pick the rules up for that, actually. But I've heard it's very, very hard for the scouts to win. But it's all more board games. And I've just realised I've totally missed an area on the shield. Sounds like you've got your hands full. It's a surprise you still have time to run a channel. Yeah, it's hard, and you know what? Me and Lucy have been going out together about a year now, and obviously her getting into Age of Sigmar was a big thing. Steve, yes, Lost Patrol is the Blood Angel Scout one. Lucy getting into Age of Sigmar was a very big thing because it brought Age of Sigmar to the channel. It drew me away from 40k and allowed me to have a lot more fun. I've met more people and friends as a result of that, and I've enjoyed playing Age of Sigmar a lot. So I couldn't do it without her, but she is my anchor. I have an obsessive personality. If I start an army, I have to have one of everything in the army. When I play Xbox, I have to have every achievement on every game. So she is kind of a grounding point, and she reminds us when I am perhaps pushing myself too hard, and reminds me, look, don't put a battle report this week. It doesn't matter. The world is not going to end unless you winters, and that is the way the world ends. Yeah, and she's just an absolute lifesaver, and I couldn't do half of this without her. So a massive thanks to her. I think she's actually headed off for the night now, though. It's getting on for her. But yeah, it's a big, big commitment. But it's worth it because, like I said, I've met so many cool people. I've had so many awesome opportunities. I wouldn't change it for the world. Oh, not far to go, thank God. What have we got? Light brown, some silver to tidy that up, and some white. Don't mind sharing what are you studying at college? Not at all. I'm studying accountancy. I work in finance, and I've always been good with numbers. I used to work for HMRC, and I left there a couple of years ago. And when I turned 30, I was like, right, I really want to settle down into a career. So last year I made the decision to go back to college. I thought, I'm 30. I've got at least 30 years of my working life left. I might as well do something that I enjoy and that I'm good at. So I decided to go back to accountancy. Craig, yes, I am still going very strong, and I will be here for at least another hour or so, at least, depending on how much we get done. But the plan is to not only finish the commission, but also get quite a bit of Lucy Stardrake done as well. Not finished, but I want to get a fair bit of it done. Let's use that brown. Nick Beer, hello, my friend. I hope you're well. You've all missed the antics that is the Phil. The Phil has had to vacate the premises, unfortunately. But as ever, Phil was super filled with excitement. Get it? Filled. So bad. Kablams, I applaud your ambition. Another YouTuber painting his Mrs. Army. No. I paint one model for her, Craig. Just the one. Because I actually airbrushed it and she didn't know how to use the airbrush. So that's why I did that. But not her whole army, no. Everything else that you see, she has painted up entirely herself. So hats off to her for doing that. Where we are, bone, and where's my silver gone? There it is. Yeah, I recently got an airbrush, so you probably can't see very much on there, but dark purple, light purple, hot pink, and then I need to do the light pink at the ends. And I airbrushed the dragon itself with a number of turquoisey green and blues, and then I've obviously highlighted it up and stuff as well. No, but everything else she painted entirely herself. I'm just happy that I'm nearly finished now. And then I can move back to my own stuff. In fact, whilst I've got all of you guys here, I know Craig will probably be able to help, and I know Nick has a lot of contacts. I've got 2 boxes of Shadow Wars Armageddon, but I want a lot more terrain. But I don't want to pay through the roof for Games Workshop ones. I want some MDF kind of platforms and stuff. What is the cheapest or best value ones that you know online? Craig, to be honest, I would be willing if it meant my wife would play for a little while. I'll settle for board games for now. Lucy just played Just Sigmar. She has tried some of the board games, but she wasn't too fussed on them. Hopefully convincing her to get into Armageddon now because she wants to play the Dark Eldar. War Games tournaments is perfect for you, Harry. I know, mate. I've had a look at a lot of this stuff, Jacob. And I do like a lot of it. Just for the big bundles that look really, really cool, it's like 75 to 100 quid. And although it's really awesome, and I'm saying it's a lot of money, but obviously I've just bought 2 boxes of Armageddon, so Bellport Battle Bunker. I was pinning up the scouts that came with Shadow Armageddon, turned on YouTube and saw your live cast. Joined late, but we'll join you, Pin. No worries, my friend. It's good to have more people about that want to get involved and that are happy to sit and listen to me talk random nonsense for no reason at all other than to sit and look at me. Jacob TT Combat also do a lot of stuff. Yes, they do. Again, that was another company I looked at. So something again possibly on the horizon for them. I do have a couple of bits of MDF stuff at the minute, and then obviously I've got 2 boxes of Shadow War. So I'll have to see how much that makes all together before I definitely jump onto some other. So I've got another question. Obviously, I'm going to Warhammer World on Friday. I'm meeting up with Dom and Tom from Black Toad Studios. The question is, do I do the Burger Challenge again or not? Because that's a lot of meat. The thing about listening to something else, someone else does the thinking for you. Definitely. Kind of agree when Phil was here because obviously he could do a lot of the talking as well. And then keep stopping now and again to look at the comments to see what you guys are talking about. No, save yourself. It's 20 quid as well. I can get something quite easily for 20 quid. In fact, Phil is going to sell me a Bloodthirster for 30 quid. So I'm like, yep, I will have that. Yes, please. Because although I've got Bloodthirsters, none of them are official Bloodthirsters. Well, one of them is, but it's the really, really old metal one. And a couple of people actually commented on the Apocalypse game I did with Ali with the 6 Bane blades. And like, oh, was your opponent okay with the Bloodthirsters being tiny? I was like, well, one of them is the official Bloodthirster. So technically, it is legal. Kablams, you want to be on form for those guys, right? Yeah, because Tom actually has a battle tome of Black Toad Studios ineffective lists, which he will be giving me a copy of. So I'm looking forward to reading that. I'd only do it once. It's only gouging food at this point. That's true. Could get someone else to do it though. Phil I think, wants to attempt it, but I don't know whether or not he could do it. Be interesting to see, though. Definitely interesting to see if Phil could do it. It was an experience, and do you know what? The burger was really, really nice, and the pulled pork was fantastic, and I did enjoy that bit, and I made sure I ate that bit first so that I did enjoy it, and then not waste me. You know, if I was going to waste something, at least I waste chips. But yeah, I made it through. There's a bit of I want to say Daniel Bedingfield. Got to get through this. I got to get through this. Oh. So, on the subject of another bloodthirster, it doesn't look great, but I kind of kit-bashed a bit of a bloodthirster from the troll I got from Atlantis Miniatures. Some Hive Tyrant wings, changed his head. Oh my god. I've just seen the delay there when I turned round, and my god, my head is balding. So yeah, there's that guy. I've also got a load of scenery behind me. 2 seconds. Yeah, that looks bad because I'm very, very thin here and very thick here. And I noticed when I turned around, I mean, this is like a week's growth on me here. And cheers, Craig. I'm not overly happy. The troll's very kind of saggy and not muscular. But the model was free. They sent me it to review. And you know what? It was a really, really nice model. The cast is lovely. It's just not quite bloodthirsty enough. Hence changing the head, Hive Tyrant wings, and then the axe and the whip. But yeah, I definitely need. I need a proper bloodthirster. Wolf Wraith has just joined us. Sharpie, he has played the Nurgle list on the channel that you've seen in the Age of Sigmar games, and he will be the Nurgle player in 8,000 point 4 Gods of Chaos battle report that will be coming within a few weeks to the channel. So hello, Sharpie. Let's have a look. Ali Bongo, Sapari. Do well as a great unclean one. Yeah, I should have done that, but obviously, you know, playing Corn kind of needed a bloodthirster. So that's a steam tank done. The Pegasus is nearly done, which means I can move all over to Stardrake. Nick's just painting. Nick, what are you painting? I would like to know. All right, let's see what we've got with a bloodthirster. Not the bloodthirster. Why am I talking? I've got bloodthirsters on the brain. Which WGO do we have on? I don't know what that means, Craig. Oh, which War Game Online do we have on? Sam having a break before getting back to editing. Sam, I was supposed to be editing an Age of Sigmar battle report that Lucy filmed, but I totally just gave up on that and decided to do a live stream instead. So that one will be a little bit longer before it goes up. I've got a question for you guys, actually, while there's quite a few of you here. It's a little bit of an experiment that me and Lucy are trying. It was kind of her idea a little bit. When we went to Warhammer World last month, she kind of did a little bit of a film about her game with Tony when she played Age of Sigmar with him. And she decided that she wanted to entirely do a battle report herself. Now, because of a back problem, she couldn't physically hold the camera and film and lean over the table and everything. So I was basically cameraman for the battle, but I said nothing. I was not on the video at all. And it's going to be interesting to find out actually if it draws more views because she's a female. Yeah, Sam, actually, you'll probably agree with that. Do you tend to get more views when Rachel is in a video? Like, I don't want to sound like we're sexualizing our partners or female friends or anything, but does it work? That is the question. And Lucy was up to the challenge to find out if it actually works or not. Ali Bongo, I have done none of the towel because I took a commission on that needed doing within 2 weeks, so I haven't done any of it. They are still there. I do want to do them. They're not going to be long. Just got other stuff that I need to paint first. Let's have a look. No, but it's really popular when Phil is on because of his massive beard. I tried growing a beard and I shaved it off 2 days ago. Oh, let's have a look. Craig, oh, don't go down this rabbit hole. I'd bank on it. It's psychological, probably. But Phil has his own charm. I'm painting Wolfen Mate. Nice one, Nick. Proper Wolfen models or your converted ones? I think having the diversity of people tends to draw in a larger following, not always due to them being female. I agree, Sharpie, definitely. But part of me still thinks that does having a female mean that a lot of, I don't know what the correct political term is, geeky people, does that draw them into watch? We shall see how people like the batter next Sunday when it goes up. Rachel doesn't paint or build, so we will keep doing more. That's a fair point. Lucy doesn't enjoy building very much at all, so it tends to end up being me that builds unless they're reasonably easy kits. It's normally me that builds them for her, but she does enjoy painting. Don't make me get the push-up bra. Craig, we would love to see that. But yeah, I do need to edit that battle report with Lucy in. She did a fantastic job as well, bless her. She was quite unsure about what to say on a lot of stuff, but she just went with it and she did well. I've run out of stuff to say. I don't know what else to say. Other than this Empire Army in front of me looks fantastic. I do say so, massive. Oh my, she's got glitter on this model and hasn't even seen the table yet. How has she got glitter on it? You bring no Sharpie, you're not allowed to bring Skaven, it has to be pure Nurgle. You're only allowed to bring Nurgle. No worries, Sam. Enjoy the rest of editing the battle report. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will be sure to keep an eye out on it. And I'll even direct Lucy towards it as well. She'd love to see the girl gamer. Somebody talk. How did the Star Drake go together? Anything fiddly? I might consider getting one. You know what? It wasn't that bad actually, but we haven't built it fully. Obviously, we've got the main body of it here. The wings are separate, and we've got the rider separate, and then the armor plates. The reason we did the armor plates separately was so that we could actually spray them purple, and then obviously spray this guy up separately. And the same with the wings, but no, he went together pretty all right actually. Beautiful model though. Definitely a beautiful model. Makes me sad that I haven't got anything like this for my corn though. Funnily enough, Lucy asked me before my birthday if you could have any model just to enjoy painting and stuff, which model would it be? And my answer was Archeon. Without doubt, I would love to paint that model up. The problem that I've got is I've got so much else to paint at the minute. I feel like I would just rush it and I wouldn't do it justice. Ah, Sharpie, you can bring the warp lightning cannons if that's it. What time does the twerking start? Nick, the twerking is only permitted on the 1st of April. And only by you. Unless it's Craig and his push-up. Star Drake corn conversion, I bet a mounted Chaos Mini wouldn't be too difficult to find. Oh. I totally agree, it would be fantastic, but that's a lot of money for a Star Drake conversion. I would love to do that though. If I had more money and slightly better job than what I've got, or hell, even winning the lottery. Gabriel Blott, do we think Slanesh will see a battle tome? I'm hopeful because Korn just got one. With the Death Guard coming out, I reckon Nurgle won't be far behind. So hopefully, but I kind of expect a Skaven one as well. I think Skaven will definitely get one. Any word on that Korn Bloodbound Dragon we seen ages ago? I never even knew it was a thing. But now you make me want a Korn Bloodbound Dragon Sharpie. This isn't fair. Don't like highlighting black in the slightest. It's horrible. But I suppose I best get used to it, especially if I'm going to be doing some Death Watch soon. I'm getting so many notifications about comments on me Ultimate YouTube collaboration video that quite a lot of us put up today, and also the little competition video. If you haven't seen it, go check out the video. All you need to do to enter is subscribe to the Wargames YouTube channel and leave a comment in the video about who your favorite character is and why, and you can win a 40k or Age of Sigmar character up to the value of £20. How many hours a week would you say you guys are spending on painting assembler minis? For me, 30, 40 hours a week. Are you doing armies on parade this year? I want to, Nick, but after the disappointment of last year, of coming second to a few bits of rubble and sand that was dry brushed with some tanks on, I don't know if I want to. I put so much effort in. I had lights, I had music, and everything, and I don't know. Don't know if it's worth the effort. It ultimately comes down to it's a popularity contest, and I don't like the way it's run. Let's have a look. I'm surprised Tabletop Tactics wasn't on the Winters video. He's done collabs before. Gabriel, the reason he wasn't on is because he's not sponsored by War Games. The collaboration video is basically the sponsors. Everybody that's sponsored by War Games. Lawrence isn't sponsored by War Games, hence he wasn't on the video. AOP was a right mess. Should do ghouls, get fluorescent paints and a smoke machine, you'd be sorted. I want a smoke machine, but it's like 40 odd quid from Amazon. But I would love one for some of the intros to the battle reports and stuff. I think that would be really damn cool. There were so many obvious ways to make the event run better, but like shown in Nick's video, it boiled down to selling stuff as usual. Yeah, I've seen a couple of pictures from one of the GW stores where somebody had made this extravagant, elvish, lush ruin type thing with trees and everything, kind of like a scene out of Lord of the Rings where they go to, where they first meet Elrond. I don't remember the name because it's been so long since I watched Lord of the Rings. And that came second. In first place was a couple of orc killer cans and stuff like that, literally on a Forge World tile with a bit of dry brushing, and the killer cans had been glued onto just the black bases. Bases hadn't been done up properly or anything, and that came first over that Lord of the Rings scene, and I was just like, no, that is unbelievable. Rivendell, yes, that's the one. There was a scene pretty much like that, and like I said, it lost to a couple of orcs that had been stuck on some black bases. And whilst the orcs were probably painted decently, it was just, compared to the Rivendell scene, it was nothing. Like, the Rivendell scene absolutely blew it out of the water. But obviously the orc guy clearly just had more friends in store that day. And it boils down to a popularity contest, and it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be that at all. Oh. So, come on, guys. I need a hot subject to talk about. I'm running out of conversation here. And if I run out, I'll be forced to go and watch Luke Cage. Whack, discuss. No, I'm not going to discuss that, Jacob, because I'm a little bit bitter at the moment about something along those lines. You know well and truly which subject I mean because you were there when it happened. So I'm not. I'm not going to involve in that. Horus Heresy, are you doing any on the channel in the future? So you were selling mechanic, and have you thought of a different army? No, I couldn't sell my mechanic, and there's a lot of money's worth there. So I'm going to keep hold of them. I will play Heresy when I find more people that do play. Nick, do you think Necrons will get a new big model? They should get a big model. But what? I don't know. Obviously, the obelisk is quite big. It's not that competitive, I don't think. How long do you want us to be here? As long as possible. I do not want to. Shadow War. What factions are people going and why? I'm basically going to play whatever little campaign. So I'm probably going to go Imperial because Phil's going to go Nids. Lucy wants to go Dark Eldar, and Liam wants to go normal Eldar. I'm getting a gajillion notifications on my phone here, so I'm just going to clear them all off. So yeah, I'll basically go wherever the gap is. No idea, but it would be awesome. And we could do something so cool with it. Do you know what? If they do a new Catan, I can totally see a cross between Celestin Prime and the Incarn with a Catan. You're going to do Cult Mechanicus, you mean? I don't think you can use Cult Mechanicus unless there's rules there for them. I haven't even looked through it. Like I said, mine's only just turned up today, so I haven't had a chance to go through them. Oh. As much as I hate to admit it, I think I'm getting tired. I think. Well, it's Skitarii. Right, yeah, so there is Skitarii. I don't see any new Necron stuff in the foreseeable future, if I'm honest. They aren't tied into the current fluff much apart from Trazen. Yeah, I see what you mean and where you come from, and I do kind of agree with that. There's not really... It's a shame, because they're just kind of out there, not really doing much at the minute, I think. But it would be nice to see the Necrons get some love. And I know Nick will agree with us here, but the Tyranids need some love badly. And Blood Angels. Blood Angels need some love because Angel's Blade was not what it should have been. Demi Company Angel's Blade is so poor compared to the other Space Marine chapters. I tried Quinn seeing Scary OP. Steve Dunn, do you have or have used any Tau Forge World XV9s? Are they any good? I've never used them. I don't know which ones the XV9s are, so I can't say. I really want new Noise Marines. But I'm excited for Death Guard. Yeah, my poor wallet when Death Guard are out. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff coming soon for the Death Guard, like for sure. I think when I do this purple, I may have to say goodnight because I am starting to get tired. And despite only having a 4-day week at work this week, I've still got a lot of stuff on. You only really play Blood Angels for the love of the Marble 30 Death Company Navy Painted and Fury also had a strong list of 14 drop pods, but the 8th rumoured I haven't bought the drop pods. Yeah, I totally get what you mean, mate. I mean, obviously, I'm a big Blood Angel lover. And I think for the last game of 7th on the channel, I think I'm probably going to have to bring the Blood Angels out in force. Funnily enough, I'm actually fighting Tau for the last game on 7th edition. So I might have to go Suicide Squad, Blood Angels. We shall see how that works out and what list I can build. New Night Lord stuff would be awesome. Jacob is a massive, massive Night Lords fan. The Warp Forge. Go and check out his channel. I have played a Night Lords game against him. He is currently pinned with the rest of his force, so once he gets more of it done, we'll be able to do another battle report, which will be brilliant. I'm looking forward to that already, actually. Speaking of Suicide Squad, currently painting the fuckers right now. Use the Lost Sons of Sanguinius Detachment, that's what I'm giving towards. Yeah, I've run that a couple of times, Stephen. It's really good. I like the Lucifer Task Force as well. But then I also like the Archangel Orbital Intervention. But it's just so costly to get any of the formations in. You've got to think, is it worth it? And compared to some of the demi companies that the rest of the other chapters get, it's just so underpowered. It's fun, but it's so underpowered compared to what the rest of the Marines get. Golden Host is better. Points. Dan is so perfect. Dan is amazing. He's initiative 7 on the charge, strength 7. Stick him with a squad of Sanguinary Guard and a priest. You got weapon skill 7. Feel no pain 2 up 4. Lookout Sirs on 2s. He can tank for the Eternal Warrior for anything at strength 8 or above. Yeah, Dan is a beast. Oh, Oh, I've got a couple of bits to do on this Pegasus, and then I think I'm going to have to call it a night, ladies and gentlemen, because one is very tired now. So let's just double check the Pegasus, make sure I've got everything. Touch up on the shield, and then the hoops. Then I think we'll call it after that. I can see the light. Let's have a look at the Pegasus. It's not. I still need to finish them off. Obviously, I've got the face to do. I've got to finish off the base. I think it's actually Sean picked this up second hand, so it's not the right model. And the camera doesn't show very well, but it's purple plumes and teal tabards. I like playing with a band. Yeah, I've got the older band model somewhere actually, but never used them. I don't have the Chaos Space Marine Codex. I've only got the Clone Demonkin one. But from what I understand, you can kit them out all. Well, I said kit them out. You can stick them in loads of different units to make them run so differently. Headroll used to be a pain when he used to have a 3+6, but he was nasty when giving his +1 attack ability in an honor guard squad with a banner. Ha! I bet so. Black hoops. Let's have a look. It seems fitting that the last battle of 7th will be the two armies that I run. Tau and Blood Angels. Like I said, I want to do Blood Angels, but it depends on how filthy your list will brings. With the Tau, and bear in mind I don't fight Tau very often, so I mean, knowledge of them isn't great. And there's so many different ways you can run Tau as well, so it does very much depend on what he does. And I'm nearly finished. I've just got to let this base dry, and then I can add a little bit of static grass to it, and then I'll be done. Dun, dun, dun. It's all so quiet. Right, guys, it's getting to a point where I'm not only desperate for the toilet, but my eyes are starting to hurt. And of course, working in finance, I can't be too tired. I've almost finished the model. And I think it's time. Let's have a look. Nick, that's him done. Yep, I'm going to be heading off in a minute, mate. Black armor gets to you after a while. Yes, I bet it does. Ali Bongo, what's the new core battalions like? I did have a look through them. Some of them look okay. The artifacts and command traits, I think, are very poor. And I love the idea of the blood type points, but they just don't seem worth taking to be able to use the allegiance ability, the command trait, and the artifacts. The standard chaos ones in the General's Handbook I feel are better. So that is going to be it. Anyway, folks, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for joining me for nearly 3 hours. I'm going to go to bed now because I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go watch some battle reports, catch up on some people's videos. But for now, see you all next time. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. And catch you later.